Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. This is a very successful investor named Jim Rogers, and she shares why he's extremely bullish on gold and silver. And he even says he's a fan of the ETFs, and they have certainly grown a whole lot. He prefers physical gold, myself, but do own ETFs. So he likes the physical precious metal, which is definitely the more potential. But this is basically an interview, and he mentions some extremely important things, and the way he words everything is just absolutely incredible. So I wanted to share this video with you guys. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 150 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So if you look at the gold to silver ratio, it's highest it's ever been in record history, says commodities guru and author of Street Smarts. How did you react when you made your first million? Do you remember the day you made $1 million? How did it feel like? I have an account right now over there on my desk to this moment. I had not had any money at all when I went to Wall Street. I had $600 US, and that's all I had. I did not have any debts, but when suddenly a few years later I had $1 million, I could not believe it. It was unbelievable. Today, information is freely available, and it is no longer an issue. People have access to the internet. WhatsApp. What happens in Singapore, I can figure out in 10 seconds sitting in India. Do you think now that information is readily available? Investors and traders are much more mature than they were in the 70s and 80s and 90s? No. If 100 people go into a room and turn on the internet, they all hear the exact same thing at exactly the same moment. Only 7 or 8 out of them are going to get it right. Judgment is what they have not been able to give us all. If we can all get a good judgment, we would all be rich. None of us could be rich if we all know the same thing. Yes, we get the information very quickly, but unless you have the judgment, the experience, it is not going to do you any good. And that's a very wise statement, and we could talk about that for a second, because on my channel, I'm 27 years old, by the way, and I've been stacking for about 7 years. So since I was 20 years old, which is a lot younger than most people in the precious metals world. And shout out to everyone, all my young cats out there. Let me know how old you are, even if you are older. Shout out to everybody. You know, everybody is definitely a part of the Silver Slayer gang, and as a part of the community. But I am curious, how old are you guys? Are you guys around my age, or are you guys older? I know my demographics show most people is in the 50 to 60 range, but I'm sure there are a lot of, I remember some of the OG Silver Slayer fans from back in the day. These guys are 14 years old stacking silver. I remember when I used to do my giveaways, you know, one time the kid won, and he was talking about how he didn't even know it was weird, but he's like a young kid, like I'm talking like 13, 14 years old. And like, it's crazy to see how much younger the generations are going for silver stackers, right? I mean, I know there's a kid named Tyler Silver that used to have a silver YouTube channel. Shout out to Tyler Silver. This kid's like 15 years old posting videos. Silver Warrior, he's a young kid that makes silver YouTube videos. You know, these kids are like not even out of high school. They're coming back from school posting silver stacking videos on YouTube, which is crazy. I think the generations are getting younger, and silver is becoming more of a thing of the younger generations. But anyways, lots of people have got influence with your writings, with your interviews, your assessment of commodities, and the assessment of risk. Who has influenced you personally the most in your life and in an investing career? Well, there is no name except for the fact that I learned early on that people did their homework. When I first went to Wall Street, I thought everyone knew everything because they were educated. They were experienced, but I quickly learned most people do not know anything. They do not even read the annual report. So I learned very early that if you just read the annual report, you do more than what 98% of investors do on Wall Street. And if you read the notes in the annual report, you would know more than anybody. I learned early on from the experience of looking around that if you do your homework, you might be successful. But nobody wants to do their homework. Everyone wants a hot tip. Everyone wants to get rich this week. It is boring to do your homework, to read the annual reports and find out about the companies. Give us a hot tip. Do not Do not tell us to go to do the research. And this guy is seriously smart, right? You could tell why he became successful. Doing the homework. Why do you think I post the link to every article that I read on my channel? The link to this article from Economic Times will be in the description, so you guys can do the homework, right? I'm doing the homework every single day. All day I'm researching, trying to find the best, most influential educational articles in the world of precious metals to share on this channel. And I break down what I get out of the article and I share it to you guys. But I post the links in the description. And that's to give you guys an idea to do what I'm doing, right? Don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to me and get the newest, hottest. I mean, yes, you can. And honestly, I make it easier for you guys because I love you guys. And I want you to get the best information, the best chance to succeed. But sometimes, check out some of the links. Check out this link. Go on the side and read some of these articles. Or go to the most read. And check out Warren Buffett, indicator for India sending out wrong signals. Or solar rise concern. Check out some other stuff. Do what I do, right? I'm not saying you have to start your own YouTube channel. You don't have to start your own YouTube channel, but do some of the homework, right? I know you guys do. Watching these videos is homework, basically. It's just an easier way. It's a more convenient way than what I do. Then I have to read the articles and look for all the stuff. I just kind of give it to you guys. I dish it out. But that's why you're subscribed, because you like that. And I agree. I watched YouTube videos the first several years. I started stacking as well. So anyways, let me ask you about a hot tip. You want a hot tip? Watch ET Now. If you watch ET Now, you get all the ideas you need. Now, do not buy just because it's on ET, but that is where you can start. You can get your ideas and then do your research. And that's kind of what you guys are doing right now with my YouTube videos, right? You're getting ideas from my YouTube videos and then you can go do your research. We are using, and I'm gonna go on a couple. I know this is a very good article, but it's kind of long, so I'm going to go to some of the stuff that I think you guys want to see. So, here he goes on. I guess I can read the whole thing. It's not that long. It's shorter than I thought, actually. So, we are using digital technology. Sitting at home had taught us that we can work from home. Importance of traveling out and doing work is getting reduced. What is your view of the world? Where do you think the disruption will take place, and where do you think winners will emerge? Well, it is not a question. You pointed it out. You and I are talking on Zoom or something like that. These technologies did not exist 10, 20 years ago. And Zoom is probably some type of Skype type based thing. The world is changing dramatically, or very dramatically. I can go to my doctor now. I can ask him to look at my eye right here over the internet. My children are not in school. School is closed, so they're doing their education over the internet. So many things are now accelerating. Many things that were in the process of getting accelerated, it usually happens in kinds of crisis throughout history. In Singapore, you cannot go to a restaurant, and so home delivery is booming. It is booming, going to boom everywhere in the world. When we spoke to you last, you said you like India because of demographics. You like India because you love the food here, or do you like India because you think it's a great investment destination? I tell people all over the world that if you can only visit one country in your life, you should go to India. The man-made sites, the natural sites, there are no places in the world. China had that, but it destroyed much of it. If you walk down the street in India, the women and men are just astonishing. The rich ones are, and the poor ones, everybody. The food, the religions, the languages, there is nothing like it. So, if you can go to one country in the world, it is a sensory feast. It is constant sensory feast. I know I am on ET, but I do want to say the first time I was in India, I read the new paper called Economic Times, and I could not believe what a good newspaper it was. There are a lot of great things in India, a lot of very educated, smart Indians. It is your bureaucracy, and it's the worst bureaucracy in the world if it's a fabulous country. Have you extensively over the course of investing career invested in Indian companies? Extensively, I do not know. I certainly have at times in my life. Probably my first time was 25 years ago. I have nothing in India now, probably because you heard my views on the world. So, is it true before investing you like to travel, you like to observe, and then you make your decision? Well, yes, I learned the hard way. If you go someplace, you will find out what is really happening. You will find opportunities. Likewise for the company. Some companies, some industries, especially when they're beaten down, if you go to talk to the people, you might find very good opportunities. I told you I bought Russian shipping company last week. Well, it's a disaster, but things are changing and their things are probably going to be okay. So I've been buying the stock. Let's say, and now here's where it gets good. Let's say if you had the option of investing in only one instrument or one commodity for the next 3 to 5 years, would it crude or will it be gold? Will it be crude or will it be gold? He said silver. Bam! He said silver. This guy is a genius. He's an absolute genius. And he said over the next 3 to 5 years, the metal or anything in the world he can invest in, he says silver. This guy says, why is that? If you look at the gold to silver ratio, it's the highest it's ever been in record history. Never in history has silver been this cheap compared to gold. Maybe there are reasons, but there are always reasons for something like this happens. I want to own precious metals, and certainly in the next 5 years, I prefer to own gold or silver. But if I had the option, I would own silver because it's just cheaper. I own both. I bought more gold recently, but I would rather prefer to buy silver today than either of the two you mentioned. Wow. There you have it. There you have it. I can't even explain it any better than this. This was an amazing article, an amazing interview. I'm glad I caught my eye on this because this guy is extremely smart. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this interview, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button. Do your homework. I really hope this motivated you guys. This words from the wise coming from this guy is extremely... I hope one day I'm like this guy. I hope so. I mean, you know, he started off with nothing, turned it into $1 million. Hopefully we can all do that as well. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.